Before getting to know about GitHub, let me tell you the reality that happens in a typical IT industry. When you are assigned with a project, it's not only you who is going to work on that project, it's going to be a teamwork. Each developer inside that team is going to share work among themselves, work on their own individual modules, and will submit their code once they're done with it. Submitting code is fine, but where do they submit? Where does this central project resides in? That's a good question. As I said in our previous tutorials regarding repositories, repository is basically a storage or a directory, right? Why can't we keep our projects there? Yes, that's a good point. We keep these projects in a place called a repository. But but which would throw one more question at me. Yes, the question is, where do we create these repositories? That's what our slide says about. It's GitHub. So GitHub is one of the hosts for repositories. As I said, it's one of the hosts. There are few more like GitLab, Bitbucket, etc. But GitHub is the largest host for Git repositories. Okay, let's don't waste our time in talking much about it, and let's jump into looking at creating a GitHub account. So to create a GitHub account, you should basically have an email ID. Let me open Google Chrome, type GitHub. Then you will basically land into this page where it says sign up and sign in. I'm going to click on sign up. So here you have an option to provide username. Okay, I'm going to provide a username for Ramu. I'll say Ramu Tony 22. Let's check whether it is available or not. If it is available, it should display in green color. Otherwise, it would display in red color saying the username is not available. So Ramu Tony 22 is available. I'm going to provide email address for Ramu. Ramutony22 at gmail.com. Yes, and I'm going to provide a password for Ramu. I just provided password. Okay, verify your account. It's okay. Just click on create account. Unable to verify your captcha response. Okay. Okay, in my case, due to some internet issues, I have got the verify account again. So I'm going to verify it. But in your case, you may get it in the previous screen itself. So I'm going to verify it now. I should basically make it perfect by rolling the image. Okay, done. 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 Okay, I'm going to click on join free plan. Okay, so the flow whatever happened till now, it might be different in your case, but at the end you will basically land into this page where it says welcome to GitHub. And if you look at here, it will ask you what kind of work do you do. If you are a software engineer, you can select this, and if you are a student, you can select this. I'm going to leave that with student. How much programming experience do you have? I'll say a little. And if you are a moderate or if you are a lot, you can select accordingly. And then you can provide a plan that you want to use for GitHub. If you want to just learn the code, you can select this, or if you want to learn about Git and GitHub, you can select that, or if you want to host the repositories, you can select this option. And I have just selected three options. Okay, let me come down. If you have any kind of interest, you can provide it here, but I'm going to leave this off, and I'm going to click on complete setup. Once you click on complete setup, it will send you a verification email to the email which you have provided for GitHub account creation. Now let me open my email ID. Okay, I'm going to refresh it. If you look at here, I have received an email from GitHub. I'm just clicking on that, and I'm going to verify it now. I just click on verify email address. Here I will type username or email address. You can type ramutony22 at gmail.com and the password which you had used to create the GitHub account. Enter sign in. okay, which would send you a device verification code to your email ID. So I'm going to open my Gmail. I've got the verification code, and the verification code is this. I'm just copying this, copied, and I'm going to paste it here. Look at here, the verification is done. Once the verification is done, you will land into a page called get started. So now you have three options here. Either you can create a repository, or you can create an organization, or you could basically start learning. Or optionally you can skip this step for now. But I'm going to click on create a repository. So you will land into a page where you can create the repositories. As I said earlier, repository is nothing but a directory or a storage space, right? So here you can provide any kind of name which should basically reflect your project name. So I'll type Suresh Tex. Yes, which is available. That's good. And then optionally you can provide some kind of description for your project. I'll say this is a website about Suresh Tex. And then you will be provided with two options called public and private. Public says anyone on the internet can see this repository. Okay, you just created a repository and everyone can see that repository. That's fine, that's not a problem. So I'm going to leave it with public. And then you have an option whether to initialize with readme. Okay, let's check this and let's see. And then optionally you have whether to add .gitignore and the license. I'll talk about .gitignore in our further tutorials, but for now I'm going to click on create repository. That's great. Congratulations, because we just created our first repository called Suresh Tex. Now that our GitHub is ready, and in our next tutorial we will look at integrating this GitHub with the Git bash which we have installed in our earlier tutorial. So let's see what actually happens. Let's look at the importance of integrating GitHub with the Git bash. So we have installed Git bash in our earlier tutorial, and now we had set up an account for GitHub. So how do we communicate between Git and GitHub? Right, so whatever the email ID which we have used to create a GitHub account, we use the same email ID to configure GitHub inside a Git bash. That we will look at in our next tutorial, so that we can communicate between a Git and a GitHub. That's what actually happens between the Git and a GitHub. You should basically have a GitHub setup with some kind of email ID, and then you should basically use that email ID to configure GitHub with Git bash. That we will look at in our next tutorial.